Welcome, true believers, to Bad Wolf Comics. I'm your host, the Bad Wolf, and today we're going to kick off the year with a fresh set of custom dust jackets for the Firefly Series. Stick around, folks. It should be fun. Welcome back, true believers, to another Bad Wolf Comics custom dust jacket episode. Today, we're taking a look at the Firefly series. I've had these books for a little bit. They keep releasing new ones, so we got the 4. For those of you that did get to watch the end of your room tour, you'll note that I am a huge Firefly fan. I love this series, and the comics were just a no-brainer for me. Now, I really love Boom Studios slipcase editions, and I really wish they had done that with these and given it the slipcase treatment. But sadly, that didn't happen, so we do want to definitely protect these for the long haul, and we did do a set of custom dust jackets for them. And Roy knocked it out of the park as usual. I could not have been happier with what he came up with for these. I chose some covers, but some of the designs that I chose just weren't viable. So I just told him to do his thing because he's great at that kind of thing, and he took care of it, man. He really stepped up to the plate. So once again, Roy, thank you for all you do. Now with these custom dust jackets, I did have one other book that was the same height as these, but these are an oddly sized book. They're larger than an omnibus. They're taller than the Ascender books, so I usually use another set of books to display the custom dust jackets. However, I had to use my Ascender series. They're a little bit smaller, but they'll still show out the dust jackets. In case you're wondering, the books that are smaller, it's just because these are an odd-sized book, and I just couldn't find 4 books that were the same size. So, but let's stack the books up over here, and we'll get started. Don't go away. Alright, so first we're going to start with the Firefly Deluxe Edition. Now this is the biggest of the books. This is the first one that came out. I really enjoyed these books, man. They're so good. It's just continuing and expanding the universe and story for Firefly, and it's a really phenomenal book. If you're a Firefly fan at all, I highly recommend all of these. They are really well done. But we did definitely want to protect these books for the long haul because they were starting to get a little bit of shelf wear, and I'm trying to cover all the third-party books before that happens. I'm even prioritizing those over normal custom dust jackets because at least these have dust jackets and they're protected. Whereas for these, it's more of an aesthetic. Whereas these, it's the aesthetic as well, but it really is to protect the books first. But here's our cover. And here's our spine. I love the gold foil there. It looks really nice. And they had a little bit here on the front too. Sadly, we couldn't do the foil on the custom dust jacket, but Roy came up with a really elegant solution I really liked, and I think you will too. But here's our spine, our gold foil. Here's our back. It's kind of plain. Now, I didn't necessarily have a problem with these, but like I said, I want to protect them. And we really did want to kind of make them pop a little more. So I found a cover, and we came up with this. I really just thought this cover popped a lot more. It just looks good. It's actually got some, characters on it, and it really kind of shows off, the more the aesthetic of the book and the art. I really love what Roy did with the spine here. So we didn't get the foil. He really did try and keep the aesthetic here. He changed the colors. Each one will be a different color, and it just works. But what I love is we got our collected covers in the back. Roy's really good at getting all that stuff. I had a design in mind. I think he was trying to keep the aesthetic of this too much, but I just looked at him, I was like, bro, you are the best there is at what you do. And what he does is puts all these things together, and I asked him to just take care of the back and just do what he wanted, and he knocked it out. It looks great. Thanks, Roy. And that is our first book. Let's move on to the next one. Next, we have Unification War, and you'll notice all of these books really have the same theme and same aesthetic going on, like kind of the cargo thing, which, like I said, it's fine. It looks okay, but I really wanted to get more of a comic aesthetic. It looks like I gotta dust the top of these, but I really wanted to get more of a comic aesthetic on this and just protect them for the long haul. So let's get this aside here, and the next one we had here was another great shot we found. Looks really good. I was really happy with how this came out. A little more action-packed, more characters on the cover. I love it. And we'll get to our spine. And I'll get you a spine shot of everything side by side so you can see what they look like together, because this really did come out well. At first I wasn't sure how I felt about the multicolor, because for me, when you do the multicolor thing, it just screams Power Rangers, and I've never been a fan of that. I really did like what he did with the spine colors, so we'll definitely get a spine shot of all of these together so you can see them together. And once again, we've got our collected covers in the back. And as with all my new custom dust jackets, you notice the Badwolf Comics logo. Once he told me I could do that, I'm putting them on every book I can. All right, let's move on to our third book. And this was Return to Earth That Was. Now this is where it stops. I've read the first two. I haven't read these last two yet because I got other books that just kind of came up. But if the first two books are any indication, they're phenomenal. I have not had a problem with any of those. I've read them cover to cover. They're great. The first one took a couple sittings, so it was a little larger. But the second one I definitely read cover to cover. It was just great. I had a lot of extra time. But let's get our third custom dust jacket up here. This is Return to Earth That Was, and he went with a red scheme on this one. I just like the shot of the whole crew in the cabin. Looked really good. And then we have our spines. And then, of course, our collected covers in the back. So yeah, again, looks really good. I really like the collected covers for reference. Anytime I'm looking at stuff like that, it's nice to have them all right there. Got a little description on the back and our Badwolf Comics logo. And I'm super excited to get these on here because I've had these books for a long time, and the longer you have them, as you collectors know, the more shelf wear you can get. Well, we're kind of flying through this. We got one left here. We're going to do our Blue Sun Rising. I was kind of taken back that the Blue Sun Rising was purple and the last book was blue, so I thought they should change the scheme on that. But since they didn't, we went ahead and fixed that, and we used Blue Sun Rising as the blue one. And they didn't have a whole lot of extra covers for this, but this is the one we settled on. There was a couple others that I might have chosen, but this is the one we ended up settling on. And he did a great job with the blue format on here. And there's our spine. Blue being the favorite color and all. And here is our collected covers in the back. All right. Well, next I'm going to go ahead and get a spine shot for you, and after that we'll move into the creation process. All right, and here's our spine shot. We got our originals over here with the custom dust jackets here. What do you think? Do you folks like the new custom dust jackets? Is there a different cover you would have used? Would you have used a different color scheme? Do you like the collected covers in the back? Let me know your opinions, folks. I want to hear about it. Next, we're going to get into the creation process of these custom dust jackets. We're going to show you a time lapse of the printing, trimming, bro dart wrapping, and folding of these custom dust jackets, and then we'll get our final shot. Don't go away. surprising. Let's wrap them. Just insert up top, wrap on the bottom. Once again, we want to make sure it's centered left to right, otherwise it'll be sticking out. You don't want that. The whole point is for the bro dart to protect the dust jacket. Seat that all the way to the top. And then we will fold from the bottom. Now with these ones, it's a little thinner on the bottom because the books are a bit taller than your standard omnibus. So with these, I do like to use a little bit of tape. In fact, when I make them for all of you, I always use tape. With my personal ones, I don't usually bother as much. But we definitely want to make sure that these are all wrapped up proper, that they won't come loose. And that's how I usually do it for you folks that are out there. But now, once again, to wrap it, we just get our spine line here, guesstimate, and then turn it over. There we go. We want to wrap right on our flap line. Really get it snug in the back here. I like to pull it up a little more because now it's wrapped tight. Oh, this looks so much better. Spine's there, the book is protected. That's legacy. Looking good. So flip it over, insert up at the top. Make sure it's good left to right. Looks like it is. So you get all the way to the top. And fold from the bottom. My phone is just going to interrupt my video today, apparently. Nobody wants to talk to me until I'm doing something or filming a video. Yeah, these ones are just a little too tight. If they're that tight, the flap will just flap open, so we want to prevent that. Once again, center the book as best you can, get your spine line. The best piece of advice I can get you is when you're folding this first flap, if it's off, your whole book's off. Just make sure you get that flap proper and everything else should fall right in place. Make sure you get it tight. Oops, see, it's already coming up on the bottom there. That's why we tape it. Again, another great looking spine, great looking cover. I feel like I could probably roll it just a tad more. But it looks good, we're gonna leave it. Get it centered. Bit too far to the left for me. There we go, it's sticking out now. There. And then fold from the bottom. Find our spine line. I was way off there. Around enough. There, that's a little better. Yeah, that's better. There's a little more room on the back end. Yeah, the spine just looks better. But return to earth it was, wrapped and protected. Last one, folks. right. Something decent. Looks like it's already up as far as it'll go. We're going to fold from the bottom. Yeah, these 12 inchers barely fit these oversized boom books. Alright, I'll move a little bit, but just line it. There we go. That seems a little better. Get it on that flap line. And we gotta pull it tight from that once it's wrapped, so it's wrapped around snug. Looks good. All 4 books protected and ready for the shelf. And here's our final shot. Well, that's it for our custom dust jackets for the Firefly series. Let me know in the comments below what you thought. Would you have chosen different covers? Would you have chosen a different color scheme? Do you like what we did? Let me know. I want to hear about it. As always, I get most of my books from Organic Price Books. For those of you that shop at Organic Price Books, don't forget to use the code BADWOLF during checkout for $2 off your order. And if you just can't get enough and you want a great place to talk comics, come see me at the Bad Wolf Comics Facebook group. I can also be found lurking in the pages of the Omnibuds Cafe. It's a great place to talk to fellow collectors about collected editions. They also have a great buy and sell group. I've bought many a book there where I didn't want to pay those eBay prices. I also sell quite a few books there. I have some books up there now, so check them out. You won't be sorry. But stick around, true believers. Bad Wolf Comics has more in store for 2025. I have custom dust jacket videos set up for the next 6 months already. I probably put some filler in there with a haul here or an overview or a comparison video here in the near future. But stick around. I've got a lot of great stuff planned, especially for the end of the year again next year. October forward, I've already got that stuff planned. It's going to be great. But until then, I am the Bad Wolf. This is Bad Wolf Comics. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.